It's that time of the year again, Black Friday. Every year around this time, you'll find the biggest discount and the best deal. Lately, a lot of people have been asking me things like, which one is better between this one and that one, and which IEM should I buy? So, I decided to make a video for Black Friday, once for all. In this video, I'll go through those IEM I've listened to recently, the ones that I actually think sound great and are genuinely worth recommending. Hopefully, this will help you pick some of the real gems this year. As always, I'm not doing this for money, at least not yet. So, there are no affiliate links, no sponsorship. If you want to grab any of them, just check Amazon or your local dealer. I recommend the DSP version, mainly because it has EQ function that the 3.5 version doesn't. To be clear, in terms of technical performance, Bunny isn't particularly impressive, but the EQ plus community presets basically patch most of its weakness. And thanks to the DSP, you can tweak it however you like, or just download other users' presets and instantly change the tuning. The stock tuning leans slightly toward lower mids, vocals sit a bit forward, and overall it sounds decent enough for a $20 entry-level IEM. It has the same DSP and EQ functionality as Bunny, but costs less, which already makes it a solid budget pick. Tuning-wise, it's warm and cozy, and vocals sit very close to your ear. Plus, the shell is tiny, making it a great option for ASMR listening or a sleeping IEM. In this price range, I think it offers the strongest technical performance. The overall presentation is relaxed, yet it still manages a fairly balanced tuning, with the only significant weakness being somewhat scattered treble. I think it truly lives up to the gate name. Both myself and many others consider it entry-level gatekeeper of the hi-fi IEMs. This is Nice HCK's latest budget IEM. I'm not sure if it's officially released overseas yet, but honestly, this is the best IEM on the $50 in my honest opinion. What makes it impressive is that, for this price, both the tuning and technicalities are genuinely solid. Even if you throw it into a higher price bracket, it still holds its ground. It's one of those rare punch way above its weight IEM. You get a full, satisfying bass body that gives the mids proper thickness and a nice sense of warmth. You also get just right vocal density, full, rounded and sitting slightly forward, which makes pop vocals especially enjoyable. Treble is bright but never sharp, and while this soundstage isn't huge, the instrument placement is clean and well organized, giving the presentation a tidy and coherent feel. For something this cheap, say around $25 here in China, it's surprisingly good. Line 2 comes in two versions, Pop and Ref, and they're different listener. Pop, as the name suggests, has more bass, more punch, also a brighter upper treble lift. It's more pronounced V-shaped tuning. I'd say it has a more energetic and maybe fun tuning, better suited for pop tracks, while the Ref version leans more toward the mid to upper presentation, with noticeable less bass quantity. At this price, it easily has one of the best bass performance in the bracket. Deep sub-bass extension, full-bodied weight, and genuinely solid impact. If you are a bass head, this is basically a no-brainer. One funny thing about True Series is that they are not mainstream in China, but they have gained strong acclaim overseas. Hexa leans toward a clean and rather bright presentation. It has a thinner mix with a nicely extended treble, which gives vocal a crispy, airy edge. In short, it's a vocal specialist. Pure, on the other hand, flips the tuning. It bumps up the bass and mid-range density, giving the whole signature warm tilt. Vocal get more body and weight, and the overall tone feels fuller and smoother. Same general house sound as Hexa, but with the focus shifted to the bass and mids. I'm not sure how many of you outside of China have even heard of this one. It's actually a very popular pick over here, In this price bracket, the sublimation holds its ground with genuinely respectable technicalities. Vocal comes through smooth and grain-free, and overall it offers one of the strongest price-to-performance showing in its class. If there's one nitpick, it's the bass. There's simply a lot of it, enough that the decade can get a little heavy at times, adding a touch of bloom and warmth that may not be ideal for those who prefer tighter bass control. The tuning leans warm and slightly soft, with an intimate vocal presentation that's easy to enjoy, especially for pop and ASMR listening sessions. The detail is decent for the price, but don't expect ultra high resolution or razor sharp separation. Geometric, multifaceted cut design that I personally really dig. Tonally, this one leans strongly into the vocal performance. Vocals are noticeably forward compared to instruments. Moondrop usually leans to a thinner mid-range, but for cadence, the mids have a rare, just right sense of body and density. The only caveat I can think of is that the tuning is quite straightforward. You can even say monitor-like, with very little coloration or flavor. So, while it's technically impressive and fun for vocal, it may lack character if you are looking after something like musical. Nova is quite different from the entry-level Pure and Hexa, where those two clearly lean toward their own niches. Nova doesn't really lean towards anything. Its tuning is neutral and very well balanced. It's kind of IEM that doesn't fight for attention, no exaggerated bass shove, no over-sharpened upper mids, just a clean, coherent signature that feels effortlessly natural with most genres. This is an IEM that goes for extreme warmth and richness, a thick, warm, smooth tuning built for pop listening. Vocal sits comfortably close, with impressively controlled sibilance. The core is the mid-range warmth, supported by a healthy density across all three bands. No glaring weakness, no compromise between technicality and tuning. A clean, lightly V-shaped tuning with tight, textured bass and a bright, lively treble. Technical performance is solid across the board, resolving, airy, and well layered. But just note the treble can be a bit hard if you are sensitive. I'd say the Hype 4 has one of the strongest bass performance in the $300 range. Deep bass reach, hard-hitting impacts, and excellent rebound. The overall tuning is lively and energetic, making it a fun set. But yeah, the bass can get so powerful that it occasionally marks some of the mids and treble detail. But aside from that, it's hard to fault. It takes inspiration from the new meta tuning, offering a very neutral and balanced presentation. And also, the dual EST drivers add a nice touch of air and openness. Overall, it's an excellent all-rounder and surprisingly affordable for a flagship. None of those tens of thousands price tags most brands like to throw around. At this price point, both its technical ability and tuning are genuinely impressive. Interesting, it's a single dynamic driver IEM, but its actual performance is surprisingly impressive. It follows a diffuse field-oriented tuning, delivering a great upper mid and treble presence with smooth transition. The detail retrieval is solid, the overall presentation is refined, and the soundstage is better than expected for this type of driver setup. Even though it's a full BA configuration, the RSV Mark II puts its spotlight on the bass. The bass is hefty, dense, and delivers solid impacts. And while the bass hits hard, the treble remains bright and detailed enough to add clarity and definition on top. Its V-shaped tuning makes it especially suitable for EDM. Alright, that's it for today's video. Not sure how many of you made it all the way to the end, but if you did, thanks for watching. Since the runtime is limited, I could only give a brief overview of how each IEM sounds here in this video. If you want the full impressions or the detailed breakdowns, feel free to check out the individual reviews video on my channel. And with that, I'll see you in next one.